Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the CSI Soccer Complex on the campus of the College of Staten Island for this afternoon's match between the Wildcats of Penn College and your CSI Dolphins. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get underway this afternoon, we'd like to take a moment to remind you that the NCAA and the College of Staten Island promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, ethnic, sexist, or other intimidating actions. Also, consumption or possession of alcoholic beverages is prohibited. Fans, we also ask that you respect today's student athletes, coaches, and your fellow fans by adhering to our no smoking policy in and around the CSI Soccer Complex. And now, let's welcome today's starters. First, from our visitors from Penn College, a 5'7" junior, goalkeeper, number 0, Taylor Gonzalez. A 5'6" sophomore from Thomastown, Pennsylvania, number 3, Adeline Pesco. A 5'8" from Hartsville, Pennsylvania, number 6, Ashley Tanat. A 5'2" junior from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, number 9,
Check 1 2. Test 1 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Check 1 2. Check. Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
A 5'4" junior from Benton, Pennsylvania, number 17, Dominique Brown.
Check.
Wyoming, Pennsylvania, number 21, Erica Gallagher. And a 5'4" senior from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, number 29, Tiffany Brown. Penn College head coach is Krista Matlick. Her assistants are Abby Valdez and Ashley Stuckard.
I don't know. Maybe it will work. Who knows?
And now the starting lineups for your CSI Dolphins. A 5'4" sophomore from Rumson, New Jersey, the goalkeeper, number 0, Samantha Stroh. A 5'3" freshman from Washington, New Jersey, number 1, Callie Long.
Your job doesn't change.
A 5'2"
still doing
senior
you.
from Middle Village, New York, number 3, Paulina
Joe,
Ambrose.
you can't bother them while they're on the air.
Joe,
A 5'6"
I
freshman
can't
from
tell.
Staten
You're the
Island,
one
New York,
looking at the
number
screen.
4, Caitlin
You have to tell me, are you good?
A 5' senior from Bronx, New York, number 5, Rebecca Deloya. A 5'7" freshman from Staten Island, New York, number 10, Danny
Staring at the
Duca.
backs of 22 girls. How am I
A
supposed to know if
5'1"
he's good or
senior
not?
from Staten Island, New York, number 13, Lisbeth Aparicio. A 5'8" freshman from Ridgewood, New York, number 14, Angie Galan. A 5'2" senior from Bayport, New York, number 18, Natalia Tindor. A 5'6" junior from Southbury, Connecticut, number 21, Samantha Lavelle.
Yeah, I think it's in the 2014, 2015. And we welcome you into live action where the Dolphins have just doubled their lead as they take a quick 2-0 lead over Penn College. We apologize for the early technical difficulties with our audio as we get you caught up here. CSI with an early 2-0 lead. We are 5 minutes and 46 seconds officially into the first period of play. Samantha Laval had the opening goal for the Dolphins. And there you got a good look at goal number 2.
CSI goal scored by number 21, Samantha Laval.
Samantha Laval, second of the game. So we'll
CSI now leads with score of 2.
bring you into live action here as Penn starts to control briefly, but taken off the ball for the Dolphins. The 2 goals that they just scored, their first 2 of the season, both by Samantha Laval. The Dolphins' leading scorer from a year ago had 22 markers in her first season as a Dolphin, and punching one over the goal line that time was Tressler. And the Dolphins will have themselves a goal kick here in the early stages. Dolphins with 2 goals on 2 shots. They come into the game officially 0-0 on the season. They had a couple of exhibition games last week that did not count towards their win-loss record, falling to Kane University 6-0 and falling to Stockton by a score of 5-0. But the Dolphins had their slate wiped clean here as they get to start on their home field. And now another rush, this time up the right wing. Dolphins continuing to control with Galen, and that one is out of play, last touched by Penn. The Penn College Wildcats come into this game a record of 0-1-1. They lost their first game to King's College by a score of 2-1. And they played a 110-minute affair just yesterday against St. Joseph's Brooklyn, tying that one by a score of 1-1. Once again, a double overtime tie. So the Dolphins, a little fresher than the Penn College Wildcats. They have been idle for a good 7 days, and they're picking up play here. Penn controls near midfield. The dump in into the Dolphins' end. Little dangerous first touch there by the Dolphins, and giving chase the other way is Dominique Brown. Ball goes out of play, last touch, and it will be Staten Island ball with the throw in from just short of their own bench. Rebecca DeLoya getting set to throw it in. Near midfield, the Wildcats control. Abby Williams with a touch. Giving it away. This is Sandor taking it away for the Dolphins, working near sideline just off your screen. And we're going to have a quick whistle here as the Dolphins will get the ball back. Wildcats will get a first substitution of the game in next time they have an opportunity. Francesca Timpone is getting set to check in. Remind you that the time on your screen is unofficial. The officials will have the official time on the field of play. Officially, we're about 9 minutes in. And there's a couple of ricochets in the Dolphins' box. Giving chase are the Wildcats. Near the corner flag, the Dolphins dump out. And the substitution will come in as Taylor Durr is out. And Francesca Timpone is in.
14, Taylor Durr.
Looks like right in the center backfield of the defense is Timpone's responsibility. Ball comes into the CSI box. Bounces around and dumped right back out by the Dolphins. Quick header in, a battle towards the sideline, kept in by Penn, but emerging out of it are the Dolphins. Pelinkovic had a touch, but it's too far down. And first sustained pressure here for Penn. So as we begin play once again here, 50-50 balls near midfield, controlled by the Dolphins. And on the back line, swept out by Timpone. Dolphins will have themselves a throw-in deeper into Penn territory. So the Wildcats, who allowed 2 goals in 90 minutes to Kings and then 1 goal through 110 minutes to St. Joe's Brooklyn, now find themselves down early 2-0. Played near their end line. Pelinkovic keeps control. She catches up to it before it can go out of bounds. Now shading off the ball is Laval, but defensively, Gallagher is there to clear. Dolphins looking to retain control here. Sandor with a touch. Bounces it back to the defense. Askew. Laval, a 50-50 ball, battling with Timpone. And getting to it is Gonzalez. Taylor Gonzalez, the junior goalkeeper, has played all 200 minutes of the Penn season here in the early stages. Has played very good in goal. She's made 16 saves through the first 2 games, but on CSI's only 2 shots today, she finds her team down 2-0. Good move in the midfield by Ashley Donat. She tries to get it up the field, and now a sweeping pass. And unable to catch up to it was Dominique Brown on a nice give by Tiffany Brown. First, it looked like Tiffany Brown was going to try to have a shot at getting it past the CSI defense and keeper Boudreau. Instead, she opted to pass it over to Tiffany Brown. Pass was obviously too far. Dolphins resetting. Sandor with her back towards goal, dropping it off to Askew, and it's off of the Wildcats and out of bounds. Dolphins come in off of a 12-7 season last year. They won the CUNY Championship for the 4th straight year, 2nd year under head coach Brittany Caceres. Dolphins graduated a small cluster of 4-year seniors, but they bring back a relatively young team, including the ball handler right now, Samantha Boudreau, who gets the start in goal for the Dolphins. She is a first-year sophomore. She did play a year of soccer at St. Joseph's of Massachusetts and did not play at all last year after they suspended their program. Pelinkovic now to Laval. Laval 1 against 2 on the defense, is able to shed 1 defender, but not another as Kelly Williams dumps out. And Dolphins will have control once again. Both teams with numbers on their bench today on this day, which should get up into the low 80s. No wind here at CSI. And there's one skied up into the back end of midfield. Penn side. Bounces around. A lot of 50-50 play so far, and finally Pelinkovic gets to it. Trying to have a stab at it was Williams, but it gets back to Callie Long for the Dolphins, and an interception here. And now turning towards goal was Erica Gallagher. She got shoved, shoves back, and a foul whistled against Gallagher. Dolphins will spot things up here. And giving it a ride is Donnie Duca. Played originally by the Penn defensive side. They're looking now to swing upfield. And there's a long threading pass in the intentions of Dominique Brown, but there to intercept it before any damage done is Boudreau. Still no official shots here for Penn, but Boudreau has been active these last few minutes in the CSI defensive box. Here comes CSI down the far sideline. The drive towards the box, and it's corralled nicely by Gonzalez. Looked like Ambrose was the closest Dolphin in the neighborhood. Dolphins lead the overall shot count 2-1, 2-0 on goal. And both of those shots by Samantha Laval, both of them goals in the early stages. Audio was not on the air when Laval scored her first and literally scored her second right as soon as we went on with our audio. Laval punches one up towards goal, and it is wide, but it was deflected by a Penn defender, so this will be a corner kick for the Dolphins.
We have 2 corners, Chris.
Second corner of the game for the Dolphins. It will be taken by Mirsada Pelinkovic, who has an assist today. And that one is skied in. It starts to bounce around, finds some daylight, and Penn's able to knock it out of the box. Ambrose tried to turn towards goal, can't do it. And Penn drops it up near midfield. Here comes the play by Gallagher. Gallagher finding an open Dominique Brown. Brown might have a chance, puts one on goal, and Boudreau is there for the stop. Samantha Boudreau on the first real test here for Penn in this one. A nice feed from Gallagher to Dominique Brown, and first scoring attempt for Penn. And there's a punch up the field to Laval. Laval working against 2 defenders, splits one, trying to get past the second, can't do it. Knocked away by Timpone briefly, turned towards goal, shot was blocked, second chance, spills across the goal line. Samantha Laval putting heavy pressure here as Erica Gallagher now controls through the legs of Natalia Sandor, but Deloya is there to back up. Back to Sandor, and Gallagher off the foot of Sandor out of bounds. Quick reset here by Sloane Tressler off the leg of Deloya. Quick first touch by the Dolphins, and it ends up at midfield to Pelinkovic. Pelinkovic eyeing her teammate Angie Galan. Gives it back to Pelinkovic. Now to Galan near the corner flag. And saves it from going out. The drop back to Pelinkovic, a cross in the box, and it's swung on by Laval, but well wide of the net. And Gonzalez will be able to tee it up here. So Gonzalez giving it a long look, waiting for her teammates to get in place, and gives that one a ride about 10 to 15 yards short of midfield. It's now bounced over the line. And there for the Dolphins is Duca first. She's converged on quickly, but Duca able to win the throw-in. And that one is up into Penn territory. 50-50 action now. Ambrose was a little late getting to that one. Penn punches it up the field. A lot of 50-50 play here for both sides. This is Gallagher controlling. They give us to Brown. Brown with her back towards goal. Getting it over to Tressler, and she plays backwards to Kelly Williams. Williams looking in the middle of the field. Couldn't find a white shirt. Back towards the back end. Penn has settled down nicely defensively since those first 2 goals scored early in this one. Dominique Brown crossing one in. Excuse me, that was Gallagher. Timpone trying to play it near the far sideline in the direction of Tiffany Brown. It's spilled out, close to being out, and saved by the Dolphins from going out of bounds.
Chris, if we knock the ball out, then you blow the horn.
Galen played it at first for the Dolphins, now near midfield. Dolphins continue to work here. This is Deloya. Deloya being challenged by Dominique Brown, able to punch it up forward, but neither team really working a lot in the opponent's lower third. This is Gallagher now, looking for a streaking Tressler. Tressler saves it from going out of bounds, but it did go out, and we're going to have substitutions come in. So substitutions both ways. Morgan Brooks will come in for Penn, along with number 22, Maya Roman. And for the Dolphins, entering will be Jordan Yagos. I didn't get the Dolphins' second substitution. I know Yagos had come in. And it will be Nermina Bracic coming in for the Dolphins for the first time. She'll replace Ambrose.
Entering for the Wildcats, number 22, Maya Roman, and number 2, Morgan Brooks. They replace number 29, Tiffany Brown.
So when this is all said and done, Rebecca DeLawyer will set things up. Promptly spilled out by Abby Williams. We are 21 minutes in to this first half. The Dolphins leading 2-0.
And number 1, Callie Long.
Played up the sideline. Onto the waiting foot of Kelly Williams, who's dispossessed, but into Tressler now. Dolphins 2 against 1 in the midfield. Win the ball originally. Great battle. Gallagher against Pelinkovic as they play pretty physical. Pelinkovic gets it back, was looking for Bracic. Tressler got a foot on it, didn't know where the ball was originally, and sees it go out of bounds, and we're going to have a goal kick here as it was last touched by Bracic. So Gonzalez will tee things up here. Plays it near sideline in the direction of Gallagher. Short kick. Gallagher plays it right back to Tressler. Give and go to Gallagher. And that was intercepted by Sandor. And now to give to Pelinkovic. She's got space. Excuse me, that's Yagos. Quick touch that time by Brooks. And Penn has control. This is Gallagher. Gallagher down the near sideline. Nice ball to Dominique Brown. Dominique Brown with lots of space near the corner flag. Crosses one in. Originally shot partially. And a nice converge on the ball by Boudreau on Brooks. More substitutions are getting set to come in for both sides. Madison McClelland will come in for Penn, and in for the Dolphins will be Amber Mitchell. Long give up the field to Bracic, but 3 defenders there for the Wildcats. Able to cast that one aside. Maya Roman now looking in the direction of Dominique Brown. Brown virtually unmarked on the near side of the field. DeLoya with the speed able to get to it, force a corner, and we'll have more substitutions spilling into the game. Indeed, it will be Madison McClellan, the sophomore, replacing Abby Williams, the junior, and we'll get another look at one of the CSI first faces. Amber Mitchell in her first season will replace 21 Samantha Laval, who has the Dolphins' first 2 goals of 2019.
She replaces number 21 Samantha Laval.
Laval with career goals 23 and 24 in the early stages of the first half. At the end of all of this, a corner kick here by Adeline Gesford. In the box, Dominique Brown was close, but spilled out once again by the CSI defense. We're going to have another corner here for Penn College, and considering the start that Penn had, they have regrouped nicely here and have played relatively even. CSI has had most of the possession, but the counterattack for Penn has been showing itself. And as we approach 25 minutes, another opportunity here. Line drive kick, middle of the box. Slapped down by the Dolphins originally, but Gallagher's in the neighborhood and the Dolphins forced to just spill it out of play. Once again, it'll be Gesford who throws it in, this time short in the direction of Gallagher. Turn towards goal, the cross into the box. It's allowed to find some real estate, but playing on it on a hop is Boudreau. And so Boudreau, who's been very active despite just 1 save so far. Actually, 2 saves officially for Boudreau, according to the statistics.
No, you have it right. You're right. Actually, I have 2 to 2. We should have 2 shots on goal each.
And then a long play down the sideline on the far side. Nobody home. Dolphins will be able to reset. Midway between midfield and goal, the Dolphins get it on the throw-in. Sandor had a quick stab at it, but Roman is able to get to it.
Leanne, who are you going in for?
Substitution now coming in for the Dolphins if they get it in time.
That's Roman. Horn.
And it will be number 7, Leanne DeRosa, will come in for the Dolphins. With this break, we'll shout out some people who are listening to us at home. Want to say hi to Mike Baybuski, usual CSI Sportsnet anchor, will be on hand here on Wednesday when CSI men take on Concordia College in Mike's first action. Want to say hi to Jennifer, Sabrina, and Liliana, listening from South River, New Jersey. Our biggest fans here on CSI Sportsnet. We have some members of the CSI men's soccer team also listening to us. They have a game at Rowan, actually at Rutgers Camden. They'll be facing Rowan at 2 o'clock later today, so they're tuning in as well. So we want to say hi to all of our viewers here on CSI Sportsnet. And we thank you once again for tuning in and spending a few hours on a Sunday here with us for CSI women's soccer. This is the first game of the season officially for the Dolphins. They did play 2 exhibitions last week. Not so favorable results. But there were some good things to take away from those first 2 games at Kane University, most notably the amount of action that many of the first-year Dolphins saw in those 2 tough games. So after a long reset in action here, throw in for Penn as we approach 17 and a half minutes to go officially in the first half. We remind you that the scoreboard we have on the broadcast is unofficial. Official time is kept on the field. And here's Mitchell now. Mitchell with some real estate. Her first real touch of the first half for the Dolphins. Reverses field, drops over to Pelinkovic near the near sideline. Pelinkovic has a strong leg, can get one deep into the box here, decides to go over to Mitchell, but Mitchell is shouldered off the ball, and the ball goes out of play. On the back line for the Dolphins, Askew is forced to battle with Brooks near the near sideline. Askew wins it, but is only able to spill it out of bounds. This will get the CSI blue jerseys towards the back line as they get more defenders into play. Past the first 6 or 7 minutes of the game, this has been a pretty even matchup between CSI and Penn. The Dolphins came out of the gate flying, scoring 2 quick goals by Samantha Laval, who's currently on the bench. As Yagos forces one up the pitch, taken by Timpone, who has room and wants to find Roman near the goal line, but Roman can't catch up to it in time, so this will be out of play, and Boudreau will get herself a goal kick. On a couple of bounces, a 50-50 ball ends up onto the feet of Natalia Sandor. Sandor playing it up the pitch, intercepted by Tressler. And Tressler's pass too strong in the direction of Gallagher. Tipped out by a Dolphins defender, and so Dolphins once again punch one out of play. Down the near sideline they work. A lot of contact between Gallagher and Pelinkovic, something we got to keep our eye on, as a little bit of pushing and shoving after each episode where they come together. Pelinkovic now looking far sideline to Mitchell. It could be too strong. It is. And it'll go out of play. In case you joined us late, Penn College played a 110-minute double overtime tie just yesterday. CSI definitely with the fresher legs. They have been idle for 7 days. Obviously, they've gotten a lot of practice in during that time, but Dolphins last played last Saturday. Here's Pelinkovic. With space, drops over and too strong to Bracic. Normina Bracic, a junior who came in as a substitution, was the intended receiver of that one. This one goes up the near sideline. Tried to get interrupted by Askew, but continuing to play it is Brooks. Brooks has got some real estate. Wants to turn towards inside. The drop off to Dominic Brown on goal, but right at Boudreaux for the save. So a weaker shot that time by Dominique Brown, but she is starting to get some good attempts at goal, and Penn has actually taken over the overall shot count now on the Dolphins. They lead the Dolphins 3-2 in shots on goal. Overall, the Dolphins out shooting Penn 5-3, or 5-4, I should say. Skied in the air, falls down in the direction of Bracic. She's able to get a quick first touch on it. Askew, now over to Bracic. Looks to put one over the top of the defense. There was Tim Pone. Trying to keep it in was Bracic, but played awkwardly off her right leg. Tressler. Gallagher at midfield. Drops off to Bugby. Bugby with one of her first touches. Punched right up over top of the defense. Normina Bracic with a quick header. 1v1 the other way. And that one is skied and out of play. Both teams taking a little bit of a breather here as we have just over 12 minutes to play in the first half. Officially, we're in the 34th minute. This is Mitchell. Mitchell with her back towards goal, opts to drop off to Deloya. To Sandor. Sandor over to Pelinkovic. Pelinkovic to Bracic. Pelinkovic crossing one up in front. And that one takes two bounces, but Taylor Gonzalez is there to converge on it. Nobody near the back post for the Dolphins that time. I don't know if you know what the live stats are.
The internet's rebooting again. We're on this thing. CSI staff's no good.
You're on the...
I'm on the hotspot, yeah.
It's still not working?
You know, when it wires in, it powers down over and over again. Unwired, it's staying on.
Dolphins with a quick first touch. But there is Brooks. This is Dominique Brown. Dominique Brown looking for that left-footed shot. Interrupted. Roman was in the neighborhood, but the Dolphins now just spill it up towards midfield. Well, if you caught the first 5 minutes, got the sense that this could be all CSI, but Penn has done a very good job of getting themselves back in it. Dolphins are putting heavy numbers in the back, but Penn knocking on the door. Shot totals now are 5 each for each team as we have another substitution getting ready to check into the game for Penn College. It'll be Morgan Feely who will check in at the next opportunity. Teams once again play 50-50 near midfield. Timpone trying to punch it over the midfield line, but Aparicio is there. Bracic, her back towards goal, drops off to Pelinkovic. Back to Bracic, the give and go with Pelinkovic. Pelinkovic now with a chance. Stops, puts one on goal right into the waiting arms of Taylor Gonzalez.
13.
And for Gonzalez, that'll be her first official save of the game. She's been busy. First two Dolphin shots that were on goal went in. That was the first time Gonzalez was forced to make a stop. Dominique Brown now working on the near sideline, looking to cross one in. A line driver that the Dolphins able to sweep out temporarily. Battling for the ball on the sideline. We're going to have a whistle here, and it looks like guilty of the foul will be Erica Gallagher. Dolphins will get a free kick out of this as we've come inside of 10 minutes to play in the first half. Rebecca DeLoya will spot this one up. Dolphins really taking their time here. Giving their unit a breather here. Tough first touch by Brocic as we will get our substitutes in. Penn will bring two new players in. Brooke Muthler and Morgan Feely will come in.
They replace number 12, Megan Bugby.
Megan Bugby and 21 Erica Gallagher will come out for Penn. Gallagher's had a very, very busy first half. Sandor now battling in the middle of the pitch with Dominique Brown, who's also been very busy. The drop on the back line to Askew. Pressed up. Mitchell was in the neighborhood. Dominique Brown now 1v1 on the back line. Roman with an attempt at it. That was blocked. And now headers back and forth for both teams. Dolphins able to punch things out. Temporarily now the ball played by Galen. Mitchell had a stab at it. Taken away by Penn on the back line. And now into space is Muffler. Weak pass that time that DeLoya was able to interrupt. Palinkovic working one against Gesford. Played backwards. And no whistle there as DeLoya is able to shield Muffler off the ball. Palinkovic with a good first touch. Gets past one defender in Feely. Palinkovic running in towards goal. Finds the top of the box. Looking to go with her left foot. And spills one into Gonzalez. A dribbler, but a save all the same. And the second save of the game for Gonzalez as Palinkovic gets another opportunity via the left foot. Officially 7 minutes to go here in the first half. Very limited stoppage time. In fact, the only stoppage time was when the Dolphins scored their pair of goals. Aparicio now catching up to that one and spilling one promptly out of bounds. Shots officially in this first half, the Dolphins with 7 and Penn with 6. Shots on goal in favor of the Dolphins, 6-3. There's another one that's dangerously spilled into the box. Swept out by the Dolphins. Back in, Dominique Brown. And here's another one, and it's towards the back post, but wide. And this is going to be a corner kick, as looked like the Dolphins' defense might have gotten to that one. We're going to have another corner here for Penn. This will be their third corner attempt of the half. Gesford will take this one again. She's taken both previous ones, and she's been good on these corners. Nice line drivers. That one also into the box, onto the waiting foot, and up high over the crossbar. The attempt by Tressler. So Sloan Tressler, the freshman, with the opportunity. Ball was originally knocked down and off of Tressler's left foot and out of play. So the score will remain 2-0 as another shot goes wide for Penn. They have 7 total shots in the game, 3 on net. Boudreau obviously has made 3 saves. There's another one up near midfield. Swing and a miss defensively by Kelly Williams. And able to get back is Timpone. But here's an interception by Nermina Brocic. Brocic looking for numbers to come up for CSI with her. Dolphins only putting one other forward up front, and that's Mitchell. The ball goes out of bounds. This will be a throw-in for the Dolphins. And up until this recent rush by the Dolphins, almost exclusive play by Penn in their offensive side of the field. Dolphins will get themselves a substitution as Najed Hassam will come in. She replaces Angie Galan. And Rebecca DeLoya will have the throw-in. Trying to find Pelinkovic with her back towards goal, side of the box, to give over to Mitchell. Mitchell has a go of it right in the middle of the box, past everything. And Gonzalez is able to kneel and collect. Under 4 minutes officially here, left to go in the first half of play. A good one after the first few minutes of the game. 50-50 pretty much as far as chances are concerned. Dolphins with 2 early goals by Samantha Laval. First 2 goals of the season for the Dolphins. 2 exhibition games for them last week, both losses. Dolphins starting fresh here this afternoon. And as for Penn, looking for their first win of the season. They're 0-1-1. Dolphins with nice work on the back line. Sandor to Bracic. Bracic has some room. She is being... Abby Williams was there to kind of hunt her down and spill it out of bounds. Gives Penn a chance to bring their defenders back. Dolphins once again very, very deliberate about getting to these balls off the sideline. You could tell fatigue a little bit of a factor here as we come into the last few minutes of the half. Dolphins seemingly deliberately slowing play down as there's another one that's off of CSI this time, and Penn will get a chance to reset here from deep in their own end. Neither team doing particularly well getting possession off of their own set pieces. And there's another one that ends up onto the feet of the opposite team, at least originally, but here comes Penn the other way. Muffler working one-on-one with Askew. That one goes out of play near us. Guessford, and we have a whistle here as there is a Dolphins player down. It is Askew, freshman defender from Susan Wagner High School. And after all of this, this will be a throw-in here as we come close to a minute to go officially. You can see the time on your screen, a little bit less than that, but there'll be some stoppage time, and you'll hear the official whistle when this one is over. Down the sideline, but misplayed by Morgan Feely. And Dolphins will have a throw-in here as DeLoya will get set. DeLoya. Quick reset there. Yagos trying to play up front. This is Mitchell. Mitchell in a foot race. Abby Williams is in the neighborhood. Williams trying to sweep Mitchell off the ball. Can't do it. Passes over to Bracic. Bracic sidestepping one defender. Can't get past the second. Has to turn back towards goal. Pelinkovic puts one in the box, and a two-hopper will end up into the waiting arms of Gonzalez. I doubt that'll be registered as a shot. That one is punted up the field. Get close here to the sideline. DeLoya spills it to Sandor. Sandor back to DeLoya. DeLoya looking for some space, working one-on-one against Brown. DeLoya trying to use that speed. Sidesteps another defender in McClelland. Working all the way towards the corner flag is DeLoya. DeLoya putting one up over, but too strong and out of play as we come up on the final 10 seconds of the half.
4, 3.
We'll hear it being counted down. The Dolphins with 2 early goals by Samantha Laval in the opening minutes of play have taken a 2-0 lead on Penn College. As we approach halftime. So that's it here for our first half of play. It's CSI 2 and Penn College nothing. We will step aside, take a break, and when we come back, we'll get you ready for the second half of play live here from the CSI Soccer Complex. It's the Dolphins 2 and the Wildcats nothing. Stay with us. The Kettle Black on Staten Island, a top 5 wing joint in America by Food and Wine magazine. Serving daily lunch and dinner at the bar or on the floor. Perfect for family and group parties with top shelf drink and delicious food. From great times with good friends. Live sports and watch parties. To Staten Island's hottest nightlife. The Kettle Black features live music and DJs weekly. The Kettle Black features daily and nightly food and drink specials. The best Staten Island has to offer is at the Kettle Black. We'll see you there at the Kettle Black, located on 415 Forest Avenue, Staten Island. Be sure to check out the Kettle Black's monthly calendar of events, only at kettleblackbar.com. Welcome back here to the CSI Soccer Complex. We are at halftime where CSI has themselves a 2-0 lead over Penn College. 2 goals by Samantha Laval, one in the 3rd minute, one in the 6th. Her first goal assisted by Mirsada Palinkovic, and then the second one unassisted. It's the first 2 goals of the season for Laval, first 2 goals of the season for the CSI Dolphins, and they have themselves a 2-0 lead at halftime. Since those 2 goals, I'd say from the 8th minute on, this game's been very evenly played, both sides getting pretty even chances, pretty equal chances, and that's what's led us to this. They've put 10 minutes on the clock for halftime. We have about 6 minutes and change still left to go. What we're going to do is we're going to go off the air for just a few moments, and when we come back, we'll have second half action. So stay with us right here on CSI Sportsnet. It's the Dolphins 2 and Penn College nothing here at the half. Welcome back here to the CSI Soccer Complex. The Dolphins with a 2-0 lead here at the half. Getting set for the second half of play. Both goals by Samantha Laval. Dolphins will go from left to right here. The Penn College Wildcats will go from right to left. There is no wind here at CSI, so that affects no one. And we are off and running here with the second half of play. The Dolphins are up by 2, and so Penn College will have to press here to try and get back into this one. It's been a 50-50 game for the most part between these two teams. Both teams with 8 shots in the first half, as you saw on your screen a little earlier. 50-50 header that time won by Tressler. Dolphins looking for streaking Brocic down the far sideline, spilled out of play. Good job defensively by Penn. Tiffany Brown, Francesca Timpone, Erica Gallagher, Abby Williams, Kelly Williams, Sloan Tressler, Dominique Brown, Megan Bugby, Morgan Brooks, and Adeline Guessford are on the field. Taylor Gonzalez remains in goal for Penn. We'll get you CSI's second half starters momentarily, although not much has changed from half to half. Reinsertion of a couple of starters. Dolphins play one out. For the Dolphins in this second half, Donnie Duca, Samantha Boudreau is in goal. Samantha Laval is back in there. Jordan Yagos, Callie Long, Kaylin Askew, Mersada Polinkovic, Amber Mitchell, Angie Galan, Elizabeth Aparicio, and Nermina Brocic. Notable change for the Dolphins is Rebecca DeLoya not in there, and there is a shot wide. And a good attempt towards goal that time by Dominique Brown, who's been very busy. Penn takes control of the shots category now. They're out shooting the Dolphins 9-8. Dominique Brown probably the most active attacker for Penn in that first half. Here's a turnover, and spilled was Morgan Brooks. No whistle there as Brooks was caught up in the turf, and this will be a corner kick. You wonder if Penn College, recognizing the absence of Rebecca DeLoya, they've decided to attack that right wing position where Amber Mitchell is now patrolling. It will be Guessford who will spot things up. This is their 4th corner of the game. Line drive, middle of the box, headed originally by the Dolphins and then spilled in. And the goal scored by number 2, Morgan Brooks. And just like that, Penn has gotten themselves back into the game. It's now 2-1. And the Dolphins have seen their lead cut in half. So the Dolphins with a very early couple of goals in the first half, and Penn with a very early goal here in the second, have made this a 2-1 ball game. And Aparicio now, quick first touch played out by Galan, and there we see the replay here of that last goal.
Goal comes at the 47th minute of the game. The score is now 2-1 CSI.
And well, now we'll see it. Nope, maybe not. Dolphins now controlling, trying to get one in the box to Brocic. It was bounced out. And that's the replay officially there, and the goal. Dolphins giving the goal up on the set-piece corner to make this a 2-1 game. And Dolphins will have a free kick opportunity now from close range themselves. Let's see if the Dolphins can get a good scoring chance out of this one. Polinkovic will be the one to take it. Long bending ball and just wide. over the outstretched arms of Taylor Gonzalez. And Pelinkovic almost gave the Dolphins back the 2-goal lead. That was a beautiful free kick opportunity. Just missed that far post. Dolphins' first real chance in quite some time. Penn is now leading the shot count 10-8, and the shots on goal are 4 apiece. Long. Giving it back to Aparicio, taken away. And a 50-50 ball won by Mitchell. This is Laval. Laval trying to turn to her left. Can't do it as it's spilled. Back up the pitch. And Askew is able to put it back into the defensive end of the field. There's a quick turnover, and Laval is able to put one on goal that was partially blocked by Francesca Timpone to save the shot on goal attempt, but the Dolphins will get themselves a corner kick out of this one. And so ever since giving up that goal, the Dolphins have been pressing a little bit more and have gotten some good opportunities here. This is going to be their second major set piece of the second half. As you can see, just over 5 minutes into this second half. Dolphins gave one up early here on a goal by Morgan Brooks off of a corner kick. Now it's the Dolphins' turn. Bending ball near the box, and we have a whistle as guilty of a push were the Dolphins. So the foul whistle, that's actually the first foul call against the Dolphins all game long. Foul was whistled against Angie Galan. As we are 6 minutes in. Ball has been pretty much on the side of Penn's defense here as Galan once again working one-on-one. Tries to get it to Laval in the top of the box. She loses it briefly now. Tiffany Brown with a touch, but won by Aparicio. Aparicio, right side, looking for the corner flag. Galan is giving chase. Catches up with it, but out of bounds. Misplay that time by the Dolphins as Aparicio not on the same page as Galan, and turnover there for the Dolphins. CSI women will get back to action after this game. They'll take on Ramapo on the road on Wednesday, a 3:30 game. Should be a good one, and they'll return home for their next two after that. On Saturday, they have Concordia College, their first game ever against an NCAA Division II side, and then that'll be against William Patterson and Concordia the following Wednesday on the 18th. So as far as us on Sportsnet, we'll be here on Wednesday when the CSI men take on Concordia College. And then we'll be here on Saturday next week for women's soccer against Concordia as well. Dominique Brown turning towards goal and firing one over the top of the CSI defense, looking in the direction of Brooks. And Amber Mitchell able to spill it out of bounds, but Penn able to reset here deep in CSI territory. Guessford. Put over the defense, but only the Dolphins there. Put out, top of the box, foul whistled against Penn. Donnie Duca was the one who was spilled near the Dolphins' goal line. So the Dolphins got a free kick out of this one. Aparicio, who's been busy here in these first few minutes of the second half, able to win a second ball against the Penn attackers. Still running through, gets past the third defender, and now finally able to spill on that defensive line was the Penn defense. The Wildcats now trying to turn it up, but that one is out of play. Unable to get to it in time was Brooks. And Dolphins will get possession back. A little bit more of a breeze in the air now in the second half of this one. Remember that Penn played a full 110 minutes yesterday in a 1-1 double overtime tie against St. Joseph's Brooklyn. We have Bracic now down the left side of the attack. Drops over to Pelinkovic. Pelinkovic looked to give one a ride. It was blocked out of bounds. Swing and a miss defensively, but able to back up the defense. The Wildcats spill it out. Dolphins looking to punch it back into play here. This is Mitchell. Mitchell drops one off to Callie Long. Long with her back towards goal. Opts to give it back. This is Duca. Duca with a nice pass over to Galan. Galan has two defenders on her, has bodies near her, now drops off to Long. Long looking to make a move, has it spilled out by Gallagher. 10 minutes into the second half. Dolphins with a quick reset, looking into the box for Laval. Laval tries to turn in and spilled out. This will be a corner kick. The Dolphins with another opportunity, and Pelinkovic will tee one up, this time from the near side of the field. Rasada Pelinkovic has been very busy in this one, has played the distance. Responsible for most all of the set pieces, no matter where they are, with the exception of her own goal mouth. And she's been pretty good here with her corners so far. There's a low-line driver, and it ends up onto the defense's feet, but out of bounds again. So this will be a reset of a corner. Defender now down in the box for Penn. Now getting up is Gallagher. She seems to be okay. Corner's now 5-4, CSI's advantage. And that one is up over top and out. So this will be a goal kick. Substitutions are coming in for the Wildcats. Substitutions entering now, as we have number 6, Ashley Donat, coming in. SU subs were not able to come in time. Maya Roman is getting set to check in as well. And now the substitutions do go in. Donat and Roman in. Out is Tiffany Brown, and number 2, Morgan Brooks, the goal scorer.
Entering for the Wildcats, number 22, Maya Roman, and number 6, Ashley Donat. They replace number 20.
So Gonzalez will tee it up.
And number 2, Morgan Brooks.
Chris, don't hesitate on the one. You know it's okay. Stevens, don't hesitate.
Gallagher working against Long, initially won by Penn. They do get it back. This is Gallagher switching fields. Played immediately by Askew, and now losing it over to Donat, who just checked in. They work towards the corner flag. Donat 1v2, spills one out of play, and this will be a goal kick. So Dolphins escape. The Dolphins scored 3 minutes into the first half and 6 minutes into the first half, and Penn returned the favor with a goal just 2 minutes and 49 seconds into half number 2. That's been the goal scoring. We're at 2-1 here. Gallagher now controls. So as we continue here, we have Guessford getting set to tee one up. Popping one over. Ball controlled originally by the Dolphins, but taken away by Gallagher. Gallagher looking to explore with the left foot. Apologize for the brief technical difficulties if we had any, as our network here outside is relatively spotty. Been pretty good throughout the day. And last week when we broadcasted from here, we expect no real problems during the season, but we are at the mercy of wireless signal here at the CSI Soccer Complex, so do the best we can. As we get one down the far sideline, this is Bracic now. Bracic, who's been very active, looking to turn on her right foot, gives it over to Laval. Laval, with very little space, gives one a ride, and Gonzalez sees that one go wide. She had good positioning on that play, and Laval has not had a great deal of opportunity since those opening goals in the first half, and strategically the Dolphins are switching Bracic and Galan as they will reverse sides. Bracic will now work from the right side of the attack, near side of your screen. This one deep, and giving chase is Roman. Roman sending one up the heart of the pitch. In space is Bugby. Bugby had it lost to Pelinkovic, but Pelinkovic has it taken away. This is Roman. Roman with a lot of real estate in front of her sends one up. Headed down originally by Mitchell. Callie Long now controls, and it's intercepted by Dominique Brown. Dominique Brown now with some room. It has it swept away. It hits the official in the middle of play. And the Dolphins end up coming with it. Yagos giving it over to Pelinkovic. She's looking far sideline in the direction of Galan, but it's too strong and out of bounds. Substitution will come in now for Penn, as Madison McClelland will return into the game, her first action of the second half. Sloan Tressler will come out. And coming in for the Dolphins will be Natalia Sandor replacing Callie Long, and number 5, Rebecca DeLoya, will replace Amber Mitchell. Hey, Brent, make sure they check in. They just went right on, all right? So after the stoppage for substitutions, Penn controls. Now a long run. Rebecca DeLoya is there for the Dolphins. Spills one towards the corner flag. It is picked up and tracked down by Donat, who has it. Quick reset. And it's spilled out once again by Sandor. So strategically, the Dolphins waiting until about 28 minutes left to get Sandor and Rebecca DeLoya back on that defensive line after surrendering that goal. There's a long attempt towards goal, well wide by Gallagher. Boudreau sees it out. Penn is getting set to bring more substitutions into the game.
Going in for number 17.
It's our goal kick. It's our goal kick, so no horn.
That's right. Any goal kick. Any goal kick, any sub. Brooke Muffler. Yeah, any goal kick. Any team can sub. Out of bounds, and CSI will have possession here. Morgan Feely will get set to come back in for Penn as well. They continue to battle near sideline, just off your screen. Bracic bounces one up. Sent back over by Timpone. Teams battle 50-50 again midfield. Sandor with an immediate attempt. Gallagher can't control. Pelinkovic sends up the field. Pelinkovic. Foot races Bracic. Bracic gets to it. Sends one down into the box. Swept away by the Penn defense, but in the neighborhood is Aparicio. Aparicio to Bracic. Bracic is offside. First offside call of the game for either side. And with 26 minutes left, it'll be a free kick opportunity here for Penn. 50-50 header won by Pelinkovic originally, ends up onto the heels of Sandor. Sandor working right to left, tries to punch it through the defense, can't do it. Sandor wants to turn towards goal, can't do it, drops off to Deloya. Deloya back to Sandor. Far sideline, this is Galan. One of her first touches since she switched positions. This is Galan, left-footed, near goal, misplayed, and now punched in by the Dolphins. The goal by Yagos. And the Dolphins have improved their lead now to 3-1. First career goal for Jordan Yagos. And the first career assist. And the first career assist for Angie Galan. And we have our replay coming to you here as we get to see the quick stab in front. But Jordan Yagos, her first career goal.
The assist goes to number 14, Angie Galan.
And the first career assist for Angie Galan. It's a 3-1 game, and the Dolphins have regained control here with just over 25 minutes to play.
They replace number 17, Dominique Brown, and number 3, Adeline Gesford.
There's a long run down the far sideline for the Wildcats, and they can't get to it, so this will be a goal kick as we have a substitution coming in to the game. Sloan Tressler will check back in for Penn, and Paulina Ambrose will return for the Dolphins. So both teams with a goal here in the second half. So we're being attacked by bees here at CSI Sportsnet.
Returning for the Wildcats, number 11, Sloan Tressler.
He just won't slow down enough for us to kill him.
And for the Dolphins, number 3, Paulina Ambrose. She replaces
So Ambrose, who just checked in, has control, tries to get it through the defense, can't do it. But there to back up is Yagos. Yagos maybe looking to have a turn at this. Turns towards goal. It's blocked in front. Ends up towards the corner flag. Bracic sees it go out of bounds. Quick throw in by Aparicio. Finds Laval. Laval is able to turn and puts one over the crossbar on top of the goal. So this will be a corner kick, actually, as that one grazed off the leg of the defender on the play. So another attempt here for Staten Island on the corner kick. Pelinkovic will spot it up. She will take the corner as she has all game long. Low line drive, middle of it, off the fingertips of Gonzalez. It sprays around into the goal box, and finally able to clear was Williams. And a substitution coming in here for the Dolphins, as we will have number 7, Leanne DeRosa, returning for CSI. She will replace Caitlin Askew.
Dolphins, number 7, Leanne DeRosa. She replaces number 4, Caitlin Askew.
So after the substitution, we resume action with 22.5 minutes to go. Sandor losing it and out of bounds. Dolphins fell behind 2-1. Dolphins fell behind by giving up an early goal and saw their lead trimmed to 2-1, and then started to attack a little bit more regularly and have regained that 2-goal lead. And Penn came out of the gate in the second half absolutely flying, scored that early goal by Brooks. But they've been unable to obviously equalize, and now the Dolphins have regained that 2-goal lead. So at this point in the game now, as we come upon close to 20 minutes left, they have to really start sending up bodies to press and try and get within a goal again. Dolphins have left Samantha Laval in the game, knowing how dangerous she could be, especially on the counterattack. Dolphins played on their back line, trying to send up the field. Laval does well to shade off the ball, and now a threading ball to Bracic. Bracic being shouldered off, but able to get back on it. She's battling one-on-one against Feely, able to shed Feely. Here comes Bracic, putting one through the center of play. The shot off of Gonzalez, a great save by Gonzalez on Laval. And this will be a corner kick when it's all said and done. Great give and go. That play all started with that pass from Laval to Bracic. Bracic able to shed a defender, put one through the goal mouth. And Laval with the direct shot. Nice parry that time by Gonzalez. Dolphins with yet another corner kick opportunity. It'll once again be Pelinkovic. Sailing ball, middle of the box, headed and just wide. As Laval misses an opportunity as we have a substitutions. More subs rolling into the game. Morgan Brooks will return for Penn along with Tiffany Brown. Looks like Brooke Muffler will come out of play. And also coming out of the game will be Ashley Donat.
Tiffany Brown, and number 2, Morgan Brooks. They replace number 13, Brooke Muffler, and number 6, Ashley Donat.
Dolphins have taken over the overall shot count in this one, 12-11. And they have the lead in shots on goal, 8-4. As this is Sandor now. Sandor, 2v1, loses it to Roman. Roman. Punched all the way out by Feely. CSI will have control again. So the Dolphins now up by 2, almost made it 3 on that point-blank shot by Laval that was saved nicely by Gonzalez. Best save of the game for either team. The Dolphins still in control here, but still trying to press to get that 3-goal lead. And for every second that they press is just more seconds where Penn just can't get their offense going. And the Dolphins have really tilted the field in these last 5 or 6 minutes. They've been pretty much in control possessionally and getting the chances to boot. Sandor is spilled in the middle of the pitch, but we have a couple players down. Gallagher went down with her. Ball goes out of play. This will be a goal kick. You wonder just how many quality runs this Wildcats team has in them. Remember, they played 110 minutes yesterday in a 1-1 tie. It's been a nice day here, but underneath the sun, there's been a nice wind, but for the most part, it's an easier day to get fatigued and an easy weekend to get fatigued if you've played this many minutes, and that's partly why Penn has been rolling in the subs pretty regularly. Tiffany Brown able to get a leg up on Aparicio, puts one in the middle to Roman. Roman trying to turn with her right foot. First shot originally blocked. There's a follow-up, but there's going to be an offside call. As ahead of the play was Dominique Brown. So the first offsides of the game for Penn. And we'll have some subs rolling in pretty soon as Abby Williams and number 3, Adeline Guestford, will come back into the game. 50-50 ball in the middle is skied up in the air, out of play. CSI will have possession. Penn College getting set to make 3 substitutions when we return or when they have possession.
Dominique, who are you coming in for?
Long run down the far sideline. It's Laval giving chase. They play near the corner flag. And it will be a throw-in, I believe, for Penn. So they'll be able to get their substitutions in. With just under 17 minutes to play in regulation. Coming out of the game will be Morgan Feely, Maya Roman, and number 7, Madison McClellan. Once again, the official time is being kept on the field. The time on your scoreboard is pretty close to our official time. There will be some stoppage. About 16 and a half officially to go here. This is Laval. Laval tried to thread one through. It was blocked originally. And here comes Penn the other way. Gallagher taken away from her by Sandor. Sandor with her head up looking for some bodies, and she is tripped. Gallagher in the neighborhood might have been called on her. Pelinkovic will control this one here. Dolphins don't have to rush into this. They can ask for their 10 yards and spot things up. They've got themselves a 2-goal lead and a chance for more here. Pelinkovic takes about an 8-step drop, fires towards near post, and Gonzalez is there to play on a hop. 15 and a half to go. Third game of the season for Penn, first of the season officially for the Dolphins. Dolphins finished 12-7 last season. The Wildcats finishing 12-8 last year, making it to the NEAC semifinals in their postseason conference championship. The Dolphins won the CUNY Conference and were a national tournament qualifier a season ago. Guessford punches up, middle of the field. And there's an errant ball in the box, and it's scattered out by DeLoya. This will be a corner kick for Penn.
Here we go, Blue. Get to the ball first.
And now a long rainbowing ball towards the top of the box. It was swept off the line by the defense. Nice save there by the Dolphins defensively. And there's another one powered in towards the front of the net by Guessford, but that was well wide. So after a pair of opportunities via the corner, the Dolphins will have themselves a goal kick out of this one. Line drive right up the center of the pitch. Being kicked around there. It's going out of bounds. It's last touched by the Dolphins, so Penn will have a reset. Guessford will have the throw. She plays it backwards to Timpone. Timpone has it interrupted by Brotchis, and now a foot race the other way. Laval. She might get to it first. Side steps. Maybe a left-footed shot upcoming. Turns towards goal, looking far post. Didn't get a lot on it, and Taylor Gonzalez makes the save. Nice run, though, by Laval as she was working one-on-one against Kelly Williams. That one skied up in the air. Yagos.
Deeper now, Jordan. Deeper. Limited game film from last year. She missed a lot of games. I think the battery's fried on this thing. That's the problem. It's rebooting. That's a fried battery. She had one more.
So in the CSI zone, the ball goes out of play, and it'll be last touch by Penn. So with 13 minutes, under 13 minutes to go, CSI will have themselves a throw on the far side. The Dolphins doing well today to put those two tough losses behind them last week in exhibition play. They lost to King University 6-0 and to Stockton 5-0 in two very one-sided games, but look a lot better in this one, put a lot more together. On paper anyway, the Dolphins, you could say, were the favored team. But especially after weathering that attack at the beginning of the second half, the Dolphins really stabilized well, started to maintain better possession and control, got themselves another insurance goal, and it's going to take two for Penn just to tie in these final 12 minutes. They play on Penn's side of the field, bounce around. The ball pinballing back and forth. Finally gets onto the foot of Williams, who's able to find Gallagher. Gallagher able to turn towards goal. Working right to left. Collision and foul whistled against the Dolphins. Guessford will be the one to tee it up. Guessford puts one near the top of the box. It finds some turf, finally settles and kicked up high. Angie, how do you pronounce your last name?
Galan.
Galan.
And you pronounce it as Angie, yeah, it's good.
Dolphins getting it back here. 50-50 ball again. Laval trying to thread it through the defense. Can't do it originally. She loses it. There's a foul whistled. It'll be against Penn with 10.5 to go. Dolphins will take their time teeing this one up. Once again, it'll be Pelinkovic.
That was my fault. I did have it in goal kick subs on my phone.
Line drive kick. It ends up rolling towards Gallagher. She has a little bit of space. Sandor giving chase. Gallagher with a quick touch up the pitch to Brown. Tiffany Brown working it. Left foot out of play. It's spilled out by Duca. The officials getting Sandor and Gallagher together to work out their differences. And after the reset, this is Dominique Brown. Ball's out of play. CSI will get their substitution in. Angie Galan returning. She got her first career assist in this game. And that'll probably be the end for Rasada Pelinkovic. Pelinkovic has an assist in this game, but played very, very well. Took a lot of the set pieces, gave the Dolphins a lot of good chances. Dolphins continuing to work it in and out. Played quickly here. Dominique Brown finds an open Brooks, and Brooks just posts one wide on Boudreau. Good opportunity that time for Penn. They've been limited since they scored that goal to open up the second half. And coming in, Dolphins continuing now to bounce one out of play. Once again, it's on Penn to force the issue. That one played towards the top of the box, and that one hits the top frame for the goal. A great putback immediately by Dominique Brown. And with 7:55 officially to go, it's a 3-2 game. And that was just a bang-bang play as Brown did a really great job of kind of tracking that one down and putting one in the top shelf. There was no chance for Boudreau to get that one. At first I thought it may go high, but a nice play all the same. So 3-2 is our score. The Dolphins, once again, seeing their lead narrowed down to just a goal. And now it becomes a chance for the Dolphins to play keep away or be on the defensive for 7+ minutes, as Penn is going to pretty much put every resource it has into getting that equalizer and forcing the issue. Well, that's what we said. We said that Penn really had to donate numbers to the top of the attack, maybe relinquish their defense a little bit. Dolphins now with plenty of space there as the ball allowed to kind of dribble into the box. They have to scramble out. This is Sandor. Sandor able to cross inside And cleared out. Dominique Brown, very dangerous. Getting over to Gallagher. Gallagher has a lot of space ahead of her. Gallagher opts not to take the space and thread one through. That's a poor play by Gallagher. Galan. Ooh, harsh foul by Gallagher on Galan. And Gallagher will get carded for that. Clock will stop officially with 6:16 to go. So every second now critical for Penn as they look to equalize, and the Dolphins will take their time here as Duca will set things up. Yeah, for that camera, you can concentrate mostly on here because she'll be standing here. Jordan Yagos with a little bit of space. Yagos working one-on-one against the defense, gives over to Aparicio. Aparicio can't get it through the defense. Guessford was there. Aparicio continuing to play, and that one is spilled out. Substitution in the game coming for the Dolphins. Amber Mitchell will be the substitute. She replaces Paulina Ambrose.
Amber Mitchell. She replaces number 3, Paulina Ambrose.
Just as a reminder, if the Dolphins substitute with inside of 5 minutes left, the clock automatically stops. And after the throw-in, quick reset. And now in the middle of the field with some room is Megan Bugby. Bugby continuing to play. Tries to thread it up to Brown, who's left wide open. And it's corralled and taken by Boudreau. Inexcusable. Brown left wide open, unmarked. And she just never did get a good foot on it. And with 5 minutes to go here, the Dolphins still up 3-2 and weather themselves a pretty good opportunity that time by Penn. So Bracic now has to chase that one down. Galan put down. Foul is called. And Gallagher was the one who was fouled, or the one who committed the foul. She limps up. The clock has not stopped. And the Dolphins undoubtedly are going to take their time with this one. So Duca will be the one to take it, especially with Pelinkovic on the bench, as we approach 4 minutes officially to go. Duca gets a good look on it. That's far post, and that one into the breadbasket of Gonzalez on the one hop. It might have come off of a CSI head, not sure. Got shielded off that one. And that one spilled out of play. Reset here. Brooks will do the throw-in. Sandor playing it up to Galan. Too far for Yagos. Guessford gets there first. Tries to play it down the pitch. It's corralled by Deloya. Nice first touch. Drops it off to Sandor. 3.5 minutes to play. Dolphins playing it dangerously in their own end. Have to just sky it up and out of play. And Penn will reset. Once again out of play. And Penn will reset. We're coming on 3 minutes officially to play. Penn down by 1. They win it. Bugby taking control, and she tries to find an open Tiffany Brown, just too far for Tiffany and out of play. And Boudreau will get a chance to throw this one in. Dolphins will make a sub, and the clock will stop once the sub is made. And it will be Pelinkovic returning to replace Angie Galan. Galan went down hard on one of those last fouls. And so she will come out. Pelinkovic came out of the game when the Dolphins went up 3-1. Now has to come back. Clock will be right back in play with 2.5 to go. Foot race. Amber Mitchell She sees the ball put back by Timpone to Gonzalez. It's now up in CSI's territory. Rebecca DeLoya going one-on-one with Brooks. Dominique Brown puts one top of the box. Punched right back up. Can't get control there by Penn. This is Palinkovic. They play pinball back and forth in opposite sides, out of play. And with 2 minutes to go, the Dolphins will have the throw-in. DeLoya will survey the scene. She will play one up the sideline, right back to her, and she punches it over the midfield line. Samantha Laval gets the first touch on it. Sheds one defender. Laval still with it. Laval turns right. Sheds another defender. And no foul on the play. She's X to get up. 1:30 left. Perhaps the last rush or two from Penn. Dominique Brown in the neighborhood. She's able to get a quick first touch in it, but that's when it's going to go all the way out of play. It will be a throw-in for the Dolphins, very deep near the corner flag. Rebecca DeLoya will be the one to take it. Coming upon 1 minute to go here in regulation. The Dolphins are buried deep in their own end. DeLoya plays it near the sideline. 50-50 ball, punched forward by the Dolphins. Stepped down by Penn. Bugby had a foot on it, but it's played once again well out of play as we come close to about 45 seconds to play. Perhaps one last rush here for Penn. 2 second-half goals, not enough for the Dolphins, who were able to punch one in as well. Mitchell is fouled. So 26 seconds remaining in regulation. Dolphins will ask for 10 yards. They'll get it here as we come upon 10 seconds remaining in regulation. Dolphins look like they will put this one away with 3, 2, and 1 left. Laval with one last effort, but that is the ball game. We are at full time here. The Dolphins have won their opener of the year. The final score 3-2 in favor of the Dolphins. So Penn Wildcats doing well in the second half, scoring 2 goals, outscoring the Dolphins 2-1 in the game's second half. But unfortunately, they could not overcome the Dolphins, who scored 2 early goals by Laval and then a third goal by Jordan Yagos, which turns out to be the game winner. And we will have Jordan Yagos join us in just a few moments. So the Dolphins with 3 goals in this one. They scored 2 early in the first half by Samantha Laval, 1 in the 3rd minute, 1 in the 6th. And then Jordan Yagos in the 65th minute made it a 3-1 game after Morgan Brooks scored early in the 2nd. And then Penn made it really interesting when Dominique Brown scored in the 83rd. And that was it the rest of the way as CSI Dolphins were able to weather the storm and take a 3-2 win over Penn College. So in a few moments, we will be joined by Jordan Yagos. We will have her for you here on CSI Sportsnet. And Jordan is coming close to being on screen here. All right, so we have live joining us is Jordan Yagos. Jordan, first career goal in a CSI uniform. It's got to be pretty good because it ends up being the game-winning goal. Tell me about the goal itself and what you saw.
Oh, it was a lot, like mass confusion there. It was just hyper, just exciting.
Okay. So you guys scored 2 quick early goals in the
Yes.
first half, taking 2-0 lead. But then Penn really started to develop some possession. They started to put some pressure on, and then they got that goal early in the second half. Tell me a little bit about the team's psyche after that goal and trying to keep it together.
After that, we just kept saying like 0-0. Don't look at the scoreboard. Just keep playing with our heart out, and we just kept going for it and didn't stop and just kept going.
All right, Jordan, last week the team had a couple of exhibitions, a couple of really tough losses at Kane. What did the team kind of do this week to kind of put that behind them and start concentrating more on the official season beginning today?
Well, those losses actually like put a huge impact on us. We decided to don't. That was in the past. Past is in the past. Don't let that affect us. And it was just a game opening. It was able to push us even harder and get us ready for our games coming up.
All right, so Jordan, now that this first win is behind you, you now have to concentrate on Ramapo on Wednesday, and then next weekend you guys return back home against William Patterson. So a couple of big games against some good teams coming up. What are you looking for over these next couple of games? What is the team kind of working on getting better at?
Just more communication. Even though we have it, we have everything. Just continue. Don't give up. You just got to keep not giving up, no matter the score, no matter what.
All right, Jordan. So first goal of the season. Hopefully there's plenty more where that came from. Congratulations on a great
Thank you.
game. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you, Jordan. That's Jordan Yagos, the freshman forward for the Dolphins, who scores her first career goal. It happens to be a game winner as the Dolphins beat the Penn College Wildcats by a score of 3-2. So the Dolphins improved to 1-0 on the season. Penn College dropping to 0-2-1. Before we sign off, we'll let you know that the Dolphins will next be in action here for the women's team on Saturday when they face William Patterson University. That's an 11 o'clock start. We will have that for you on CSI Sportsnet. But we here at CSI Sportsnet will be on sooner than that. We'll be back on the air on Wednesday, 4 o'clock, against Concordia College. It'll be the CSI men's soccer team, which is in action shortly later today. They will be playing Rowan. They'll be back here at home for their official home opener against Concordia Wednesday at 4. We'll be on the air at 3:45. So from all of us here at CSI, for our statistician Joe Foreman, camera operator Joe Cusimano, and of course our engineer extraordinaire Nick Durst joining us once again for his first action of 2019. I'm David Pizzuto. Please have a great weekend, everybody. Once again, your final score, it's the College of Staten Island 3 and the Penn College Wildcats 2. Thanks for joining us.